Hi everyone! So it's Christmas Eve or day 6 of Christmas with Oden's Eye. We have 2 days left. Today we have one more day with these beautiful palettes from Oden's Eye Christmas Bundle. We've been spending quite a lot of time with them already, but I'm so excited for today because today I'm going to combine my two passions, makeup and movies. I love watching movies, and watching movies on Christmas is just a must. And so I decided to pick the movies that are for me 100% Christmas movies. And today we're going to randomly pick a movie, and then I'm going to try and create a makeup look inspired by the movie. So I will think about the ambience, about the environment of the movie, about the color scheme that is maybe very specific to this movie. We'll see. And without further ado, let's start. What I have here is this kind of website that I use sometimes for my word wall. I picked 12 movies. So now we are just going to randomly pick one. And so you know that I'm not cheating. I'm going to shuffle them around so I don't know under which tile which movie is. Obviously, I have my preferences, but yeah, let's play. All right, so I'm gonna go with number 7. Let's go with number 7. Oh, Christmas staple, Home Alone. Right, so I actually included 2 parts, the first one and the second one. These 2 movies are definitely 100% Christmas movies for me. And I think for everyone, if you Google a list of Christmas movies, these 2 movies would make any list, right? So yeah, let's do Home Alone makeup. So I spent some time thinking, and even though Home Alone is one of the most famous movies and I've watched it 1 million times, so I can easily remember the atmosphere, the colors, the emotions I felt. But somehow it's difficult for me to decide on the makeup look. If we're thinking like the first part, if I think colors, definitely a little bit of red for sure, and maybe not even a little bit. The whole movie just screamed Christmas, right? Even the second part was less Christmassy, like it was still happening during Christmas, but to me it didn't scream Christmas as much. But the first one, like I think he was even wearing a red sweater all the time, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. All of the colors there, except for the, nature, they were like green and red, mostly red, not so much green. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I'm going to use red, but also because it's such a cozy, nice, warm movie, I'm going to use this one, Boots. It's just such a nice, gentle color that represents softness and family. And then maybe, so this is from Snow Dream palette. I'm going to use Boots and Guests. There are other red colors in other palettes, so I'll see if it doesn't work for me. I might go for something else. For example, I kind of like Mistletoe as well in Hey Reindeer palette. And Merry Christmas palette has nice reds in it. So that will be the upper lid with the shimmer. I'm thinking Little Star from Merry Christmas, this one. About the lower lid, I'm not so sure. So I'm kind of tempted to go either not very bright green or not very bright blue. Just because, again, when I'm remembering Home Alone first part, even though he spends a lot of time indoors, but when he goes outside, it's either nighttime or it's daytime, when he goes shopping. And the air is really clear. It's kind of like crystal light blue color. For some reason, like it pops into my mind so powerfully that I kind of want to incorporate that color as well. All right, but let's start with the upper lid anyways, and maybe think of the lower lid later. So today I'm going to apply tart shape tape, but you know what? Like so exciting to have these 4 palettes lying right in front of me and realizing how many different colors I have. Honestly, if I didn't have a job, I would just like do it every day. I would just put the palettes in front of me and just play with makeup for hours. All right, let's come closer. Not this close, maybe. I'm going to start with guests with this one. By the way, today my fingers are not so pretty. Please don't judge me. I'm not feeling like super well. I got some kind of bug and I'm feeling quite tired as well. But I really wanted to do this, so it's not gonna stop me. But it did stop me from doing my nails today. I'm gonna try to use this brush that I got from Shein. Also, because to me, Home Alone is very traditional Christmas movie. I'm not gonna do any kind of interesting graphic elements today. I'm just gonna go with like the form that I usually make. Nothing special, very conservative. Except for the colors, like, I mean, just the word conservative doesn't come to mind when you are using super bright colors. Go in the crease as well a little bit. Yeah, very conservative. So beautiful. And since we talked already how like Snow Dream and Hey Reindeer, they're so much lighter than the palettes from last year. But this red is so pigmented and so bright. Boots right away. First of all, I'm going to blend Guess out. I'm gonna use a different brush though, a bit fluffier. I'm gonna add a little bit of Guess over here. I think I over blended it right here. And the color kind of went away a bit. Nice blending. Now what I'm thinking is to use boots over here as well. And in the inner corner, I'm gonna go with Goodwill, like even lighter color. If that makes sense, like I don't feel any other bright colors for this movie except for red, and just because it's so present there. So that's why I'm gonna keep it red and light pastel colors. Also, I'm going to put a nice shimmer here, so it's not gonna be boring. I kind of like though how it comes from basically white into red. For the lower lid, before I do my shimmer, I want to think again about the lower lid. If I go with green, that won't make it very Home Alone to me. Alright, I have decided, so I'm going to go with brownish on my lower lid, and maybe towards the inner corner, I'm going to add a little bit of blue. I'm gonna go with Beast. Let's see how pigmented it is. Actually, I kind of like it. For Home Alone, I don't feel like it has to be very bright. Oh, and by the way, I don't want to keep anything from you. So while I was thinking about the lower lid, I also added a little bit of poinsettia. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, but yeah, it's from the Merry Christmas palette. I just added it a little bit in my crease just to dip in it, and I think it became even more beautiful, even brighter. I'll go with cider, which I remember I didn't like it much, this one. Let's see if it works now. It's definitely different from what it looks like in palette. On the eyelid, it basically looks white. What are your Christmas movies to watch every year if you do that? When I was younger, I used to rewatch all of those movies every year, but now I watch as many as I can. First of all, they do remind me of my childhood, like good memories and stuff, and they just create this magical Christmas mood, because I found that sometimes when you get like super busy and stressed with everything in life, like work or other things, Christmas time comes and you go around and you see all of those decorations and you hear the music everywhere, but you can't get into the mood like you used to when you were a kid. And I feel like movies help. The last thing I'm gonna put on is shimmer, and that is going to be Little Star, this one, or Snowman. Now I can't decide. Let's watch I do remember that both of them are very beautiful. Shimmers from Merry Christmas palette are all very beautiful. All right, so basically they kind of subtle, which I really want. They do look a little bit like highlighters, except for if you use it as highlighter, it's going to leave this kind of grayish line when you turn a certain way. But yeah, they do look like highlighters, just this one is pinker, this one is greener. And so with this one, I guess like I will go with pink. So it's all very cohesive. So I am going to go with Little Star, just like I wanted to in the first place. So excited. Shimmers is always like the most exciting part for me. Beautiful, beautiful color. I really like how everything comes together. I want more of the sparkles all over, so I kind of go over the edge, go a little bit further. Ooh, nice. This is the kind of look where you can go a little bit further with your shimmer into the wing in the inner corner. I'm thinking Christmas ham, but also I don't really like it that much for some reason. But I don't think like I want to put any color there anymore. So yeah, Christmas ham it is. The one thing I don't like about Christmas ham is how flaky it is. You have to like really spread those flakes. I love the color, I just wish it didn't have this formula. To be honest, if you don't want to have difficult time with this Christmas ham, I would just go with the highlighter, with a good highlighter, pinkish or just white highlighter to avoid this much work. We can make lower lid a little bit darker, but I don't want to. I really love how on one hand not so bright it turned out, how there is no overload of colors, but also there is like this brightness in it because of this red wing. I didn't say that you would look at the makeup and right away think of the movie. It's very difficult to achieve that anyway, at least with some of the movies. But I said that like it will loosely relate to the color scheme or environment of the movie. I explained my choices here and I am now very happy with what I did. So yeah, I'm going to make the second eye, add some maybe eyelashes, maybe even not, I'll see. Alright, so this is the final look and I'm loving it. I think it's so gentle, soft, warm, and maybe even if it doesn't relate to Home Alone that much, but on its own, this look is something that I would want to repeat. Sometimes I do makeup and then I never really want to do the same makeup again, but this one I'm definitely going to repeat and maybe during the holidays as well because I feel like this is like such a nice look for a festive occasion. Just look at this. Such nice gradients, such nice colors. They are festive, but they are also gentle. I love the sparkle. What is it again? Little Star from Merry Christmas palette. I would say like one of my favorite ones in a way that it's beautiful and it's everyday. So surprisingly today I didn't use Christmas Eve at all. Maybe because it's quite bright. It's actually quite bright, but it doesn't have any reds in it. For me, I wanted red to be the only bright color. What else did I use? This one, I just got it yesterday and I'm trying to see how I feel about it. Today, I feel like my skin looks good. I can still see some pores, but to be honest, my pores are quite big, so there is no foundation or primer that would cover them up, but I think it looks good and I think it's my color. I'm using the shade 6 for the cheeks. As you can see, I made them look like I've just been outside and it's quite freezing, so I've got this blush going on. So I used a blush from Wrap It Up palette, this one, and just added this one a little bit as a highlighter. I decided like not to use highlighter today, or at least not to use Kaleidos, which is like so perfect for an evening look, but because I wanted this one to be more laid back, I used ColourPop Super Shock Blush in shade Chiffon, but I use it as a highlighter and it's really nice. I really love the texture. It's so creamy. I mean, like, look. you press and it just makes a hole. So for my eyelashes today, I didn't put any of the falsies. I used Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. It's fine, but to be honest, nothing special. I also added a little bit of pencil in my waterline. This is from Sephora Waterproof Retractable Eyeliner 12 Hours. I also drew a little wing. I used this one from Etude House Cosmetics. This is Oh My Eyeline. It's brown eyeliner that stays for a very long time. It's very good quality. However, it started drying out, so I will need to buy a new one. For my lips today, look how nice and nude and soft they are. I feel like they look very soft. I went with number 1 from Gucci Crayon Contour Lip Liner. So this one, it's very beautiful. It's very nude. If you have a darker skin tone though, it will show as very light beige because it barely seen on my skin. It's basically my skin color. For the lip gloss, I used this one. It does have a little bit of color to it, but very neutral, beautiful color. This is from the collaboration of Oden's Eye with Angelica. That bundle, they had 5 lippies and there were 3 formulas. So this formula is Shine and the shade is Spectral. Very beautiful. Let me know what you think. You don't have to have the same opinion. If you would do something different, please let me know. If you love any Christmas movies and or you rewatch them every year, please let me know. Just leave a comment. That would mean a lot to me, and I will see you next time for the day 7 of Christmas with Oden's Eye. Bye bye.